Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl, I'm a recovery coach here at Cap Recovery. Um, Today is our Gratitude Tuesday meeting, and this article is from psychologicaltoday.com, and we're going to be speaking on gratitude. So we'll start off as gratitude is the expression of appreciation for what one has, is a recognition of value independent of monetary worth, spontaneously generated from within. It is an affirmation of goodness and warmth. The social emotion strengthens relationships and its roots run deep in voluntary history from the survival value of helping others and being helped in return. Studies show that specific areas of the brain are involved in experiencing and expressing gratitude. Brain scans of people assigned a task that simultaneously expression of gratitude show lasting changes in the prefrontal cortex that heighten sensitivity to future experience of gratitude. So let's talk about like some of like the brain studies and how gratitude can hit on receptors and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Um, we'll go into what is gratitude. Gratitude is a spontaneous feeling, but increasingly research demonstrates its value as a practice that is making conscious efforts to count one's blessings. Studies show that people can deliberately cultivate gratitude, and there are important social and personal benefits to doing so. It is possible to feel grateful for loved ones, colleagues, animals, nature, and life in general. The emotion generates a climate of positivity that both reaches inward and extends outward. Um, So it's basically a emotion, a feeling, and you have to show gratitude. I can't just say I'm thankful, and well, you can, but actually being grateful and is like an action. You know, is gratitude an emotion? Gratitude is an emotion, one that makes a person feel happier. Gratefulness is also a mood as well as a personality trait. Some people are just more inclined to feel grateful as a daily habit. Right. Is grateful a feeling? Let's see what this is, huh? Grateful, gratitude is both a temporary feeling and this potential trait. In both cases, gratitude involves a process of recognizing first that one has obtained a positive outcome, and second that there is an external source for that good outcome. Article continues after advertisement. Um, so I'll tell you a little something of on gratitude that um, you know, I wasn't too grateful for the things I did have, right? I was trying to search for things that I wanted, right? And since I've been in recovery, it's like watch what you pray for, watch what you wish for, because sometimes we get what we want and we don't know how to use it or we don't know how to deal with it, right? So be grateful for the little things, be grateful for the things you do have and the things you don't have, because some of the things you don't have and you do get it, usually sometimes it's not the right time to have certain things that you want. So just being grateful for the little things, stay in the moment and be grateful what you have. There's a lot of things I might want, right? But like I'm thankful for what God has given me. And I keep doing the right things for the right reasons. Eventually I will have the things I do want. All right, so why gratitude matters. Find that over time, feeling grateful boosts happiness and fosters both physical and psychological health. Even among those already struggling with mental health problems, studies show that practicing gratitude curbs the use of words, expressing negative emotions, and shifts inner interaction. I'm sorry, attention away from such negative emotions as resentment and envy, minimizing the possibility of which is a hallmark of depression. It talks about why gratitude matters. And you'd be surprised how much gratitude does matter. Like it talks. The next one is like reduce stress, depression, It just puts you in a good mood. Um, there's a lot of ways to express gratitude, but it's not just for you, but for the other person, right? Doing acts of kindness, doing things that when you're not supposed to, right? Doing the right thing for the right reason when nobody's looking, as a sign of gratitude. Um, and using the principles that I learned in recovery and practicing in my daily life, it boosts my gratitude. Just when you feel good, you do good, you know. Does gratitude reduce stress? People who are grateful feel less pain, less stress, suffer insomnia less, have stronger immune systems, experience healthier relationships, and do better. And professionally, overall, it can boost both your mental and your physical health. Very true. Um, I definitely see, hitting on the keynotes of mental health and physical health. Because when you're grateful, you're doing right things, right? And for the right reasons. And you have to treat your body right, right? You have to eat healthier. I used to inflict pain on myself by using drugs and alcohol, right? I have to be grateful for myself, and I have to obtain and do things on a daily basis to um, better myself. And when I do good, I feel good. When I feel good, I do good. And it lessens stress. It talks about depression, anxiety. It can reduce all of that. Gratitude can. Yeah, and it takes practice. It doesn't have overnight, but if it's a daily practice and it does, help you with these key notes of mental health and physical health. Are grateful people less depressed? Grateful people are indeed less likely to have mental health problems like depression. One study found that a gratitude intervention was successfully in reducing negative effect and increasing mental resilience in a group of older adults. So it talks about are grateful people less depressed. I think it can reduce, like I said earlier, stress, anxiety, and depression. It definitely can reduce it. Cure it? No, right? But it can definitely help with it. And it has helped me through my life, and through my uh, journey of recovery. It's just something when you practice gratitude, man, it can, you'd be surprised how much, you'd be better spirit, you feel better, right? And people see it, people can see uh, the goodness in you when you practice gratitude, right? So grateful goat can go a long way. Can gratitude help you engage in better self-care? One study suggests that spending only a few minutes engaging in gratitude activities such as writing a letter or gratitude to a loved one can motivate you to make healthier food choices. Huh. So that's interesting. Healthier food choices. And that's what I've been doing lately. Be caring for myself. I have to because doctors say my cholesterol's high. So taking care of yourself is very important. Self care. Sometimes I hear it a lot. We're the last ones on the list. We're worried about taking care of this, taking care of that, and we got work, we got recovery, we got families, we got friends, and we're usually the last one on the list. And how can we practice gratitude when we're on the last one on the list and not taking care of ourselves? Our physical, our mental, and spiritual. We have to work on them on a daily basis to feel the sense of gratitude. When we back ourselves in the corner, that we're not feeling too grateful, right? So even feel grateful for the bad things. Ooh, that's what I try to learn in recovery too. Sometimes things happen, life in life terms, and things happen for a reason, and you might not know it in the moment, and you might not know it further down the road. But when that time comes, it's like, wow, I'm grateful for that, why it happened, what happened, because this brought a better outcome. You might not feel in the moment, but on the other side of it, usually it's like, man, I'm thankful, I'm grateful that that did happen. Um, let's go to how to cultivate gratitude. Gratitude starts with nothing. I'm sorry, noticing the goodness in life. A materialistic culture that encourages constant wanting and sees possessions as a source of happiness is not the most firmly ground for gratitude, but it is not an insurmountable barrier to developing it. Envy and especially criticism and narcissism are similarly thrive of gratitude. In fact, the cultivating of gratitude may be at least a partial remedy for narcissism. So it talks about like, things, material things. We try to seek happiness for that. We want this, we want that, money, car, and we're so grateful for that stuff. But like, just living life and enjoying, nature, enjoying the day-to-day grind, actually living in happiness, not in chaos. Being grateful to just have water, just have a cup of coffee, just to be alive, to breathe, and clothing, stuff like that, man. The little things do matter, and then being grateful for that can boost um, your gratitude. How do you practice gratitude? All right. Just being around your family and friends can help you feel more grateful. Also, being more appreciative of life and feeling less cynical pushes you in a more thankful frame of mind. And other times, when you are facing a tough decision, seeing it as a gift is useful. Some people wouldn't mind having a such decision to make. Yeah. So when you are facing tough decisions, seen as a gift. I think I touched on that a little bit earlier. Um, because things happen in life, things can be tough. Sometimes I have to just let things be and let it work its way out. I have to sometimes eliminate myself and put my spin on things and my opinions and my thoughts and beliefs and letting it unfold, right? And that's hard. That's hard. You know, and sometimes I can show signs of being ungrateful because some of the things I say and sometimes how I act. So I have to watch. I have to be mindful of those things. But so he says seeing as it's a gift. So making them hard decisions and having them tough times in life. In the long run, as it's like, God did for me what I couldn't do for myself, and just being grateful for the process, being grateful for the journey of it. All right. What makes a person feel grateful? This depends on the person, and we all differ in the degree to which we are inclined to experience and express gratitude. It can be something as simple as a healthy spring shower just because the rain washes everything clean. Engaging in more specific acts such as volunteering to help others makes people feel good about themselves. Like that. So volunteer work, being of service, doing things that when you're not expected to, just showing up when sometimes you don't want to, right? Being there, being visible, being available, um, showing acts of kindness. Um, I'm trying to practice as like, sometimes I can be judgmental. I can think a certain type of way and I can't control my thoughts, but I can control my actions, right? So whatever I think, I don't always have to act on it. I can let it come, I can let it process and let it go, right? But showing a sense of gratitude is not to act out. It's like, because I don't always have to act out on things. And that's what used to get me in trouble anyway, right? I would not think, I wouldn't process, I won't take a minute, and I'll just act. And I always, end up in some sticky situations. So I'm grateful for the process of pausing, stopping, and thinking before I act. Things I didn't think of before. I was always active. I was always reactive. You know, and I always got myself in trouble, right? So I'm grateful for the sense of awareness, right? Um, is very, I'm very appreciative of that. All right. Is gratitude contagious? Gratitude is a social emotional expression of gratitude toward others, compounds its benefits. The emotion literally pays itself forward. It almost does not matter whether the gratitude is communicated or re- reciprocated by others. So, yeah, I think it's contagious. You know, not all the time, but it can be. You do good for somebody, and they can pass it along as well. So I think that can be contagious at times. And sometimes I'd rather practice gratitude and do the right thing for the right reasons and help others. And if that don't rub off on them, then as long as I did my part in life in the situation, that's all that matters. At the end. Tips to foster gratitude. Keep a journal of it in some way. Note big or little joys of daily life. Write down three good things. Identify three things that have gone well for you and identify the cause. Write a thank you notes to others. Think about people who have inspired you and what about them was most significant. Engage in mental subtraction. Imagine what your life would be like if some positive event had not occurred. Hmm, that's a big one, huh? And we'll go to the last part here. It says the vital importance of showing up for others and ourselves. Hmm. If in doubt, show up and ask others to show up too. Just being present is the mainstay of our connections and a counter to distant and disjointed lives we lead. If in doubt, show up and ask others to show up. To just being present is mainstay of our connections and counter to the distant and disjointed lives we lead. So the vital importance of showing up for others and ourselves. So just that little sentence right there is big. You know, we have to show up for ourselves for sure, right? We can't be the last one on our list. Um, so when we take care of ourselves, we take care of others. You know, so it's very important to have some self care and be grateful for the things we do have and things we don't have. Because some things, like I touched on earlier, some things is not for everybody. Or it's not the right time, right? So it's just being grateful for the pathway, being grateful for the journey, um, being grateful for the bad things, some of the bad things, right? Because some bad things do lead to good things. Um, but like I touched on earlier, like sometimes we don't see that. Sometimes I don't see that. So I think God does for me what I can't do for myself. So I think expressing gratitude, on a daily basis can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. I think practicing gratitude can have better relation. You can have better relationships with your friend, your spouse, your family, and a better relationship with yourself. And I think spreading positivity goes a long way, right? It shows gratitude can build your character. Um, and I think that'll be it for today. That was our Gratitude Tuesday meeting. Until next time, see you later.